Ka. I am a nutritarian coach and I empower moms to be able to learn processes that keep their families healthy and strong and have all the energy that they need for their lives. So today I'm going to talk about a question that I get all the time, and I wanted to pull out a book that I'm reading right now because it answers this question perfectly. So when you're starting to eat plant-based, if you are going vegetarian or vegan, nutritarian, which is a little bit different than the other two, if you're trying to change your eating habits into one of these, then you will get the question, and you may wonder yourself, am I getting enough protein? Can I get enough protein without animal products? And the answer is yes. Yes, you can. So listen to this. This is Dr. Furman. He said, and this, I just love this part because he says, animals eat their macronutrients. They don't fabricate them from the air. Obviously, a cow eats grass, and the grass has protein, which then transfers to the cow. And then we eat the cow and get protein, right? But the grass is what had the protein originally. And obviously, it comes from the soil and the sun and the photosynthesis and all of that that makes the protein in the plant, which then transfers. And all animals get their protein the same way. They either get it directly from the plants or indirectly from eating another animal. And all plants receive the amino acids from, all animals receive the amino acids that make up the proteins from the plants. So, one thing to be aware of is that in North America, about 70% of dietary protein comes from animal foods. That's a lot. Worldwide, plants provide 84% of calories. So think about that for a minute. In the 1950s, human protein requirement studies were first conducted that demonstrated that adults require 20 to 35 grams of protein per day. So that's what you require as a human adult, 20 to 35 grams of protein per day. Today, the average American consumes 100 to 120 grams of protein per day, mostly in the form of animal products. And this is just the average human. This is not a person that's having like an all meat diet like Atkins. People who eat completely vegetarian diets or vegan have been found to consume 60 to 80 grams of protein per day. And that's well above the minimum requirement, which you remember I said was 20 to 35 grams of protein per day. The one thing that's missing from a vegan or vegetarian diet or nutritarian is vitamin B12. And that's partly because all of our fruits and vegetables are washed. And it's not a protein, it's not a missing nutrient. As far as like the food itself, it's actually a bacteria on the outside that produces the vitamin B12. And so when we wash our vegetables and our other foods very well, then that gets rid of the vitamin B12. So that would be what we need to supplement with, not protein. You don't need protein shakes. You don't need protein, any extra protein. And animal protein, you don't need if you're eating a well-rounded diet of plant materials and you're filling your caloric needs with plants. You don't need extra protein. There's just not a need for it. And you will get enough if you're eating a well-rounded diet of those plant, especially the green vegetables. So this is something that comes up so often, and there are so many diets out there that promote getting enough protein, getting enough of the animal products so that you can build muscle or whatever. There are so many athletes now that are thriving on a vegan or vegetarian diet, and they are getting plenty of protein because as they consume more calories, they are naturally going to consume more protein as well with those calories of the vegetables and the beans and the seeds and nuts and grains that they're eating with their plant-based diet. So, please don't make the mistake of thinking you won't be getting enough protein if you're going to go plant based. And one thing to tell you, when you're eating a nutritarian diet, there's no forbidding of animal food. It's just reducing it to an amount that is 5 to 10% of your diet would be the meats or the cheeses, and then no processed food. And that's the difference between like a vegan diet and the nutritarian diet. That's one difference anyway. And that is a little bit more balanced, and you will get your protein as you're eating the plant foods if you're eating a well-balanced diet with that. All right, that's all I have to say today. If you haven't joined our book club, we are reading this book this month. It's called Disease Proof Your Child, and you will absolutely love it. This has so much information and is totally backed by science. Just for your information, the food pyramid that kids are taught in school is not backed by science, but this book is. So join us at our book club, and I will have the link below this video. All right, have a fantastic day. I hope you do wonderful. All right, we'll talk to you later.